Well, hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and this is Chi or Mitch, and today I'm doing a flip through of my creative journal. So the first thing I would like to say is this is actually a sketchbook. It's from Collins and Davidson and it's A5 size. I loved it because the pages are really thick and the book is high quality. I just stuck a bunch of stickers and unfortunately some of them are chipping off, but I still like how it looks. And on the back I just dumped a bunch of stickers that I didn't really like to put anywhere in my spreads, so they came in handy for just decorating the outside. Okay, so moving on to the inside. Okay, so the first page on the inside is a cover page. I just did a little spread of my picture and stickers. I really like this bow. I think I'm gonna make that a tradition in upcoming journals. It's kind of like a bit of an information or intro page, and this is just like this journal belongs to, how to contact me, and a reward if I ever lose it. The date started and date finished, and then I did a for you page. A literal for you page, like this is for me, something that I made for myself to look back on in future years. Really useful page, an index. I would always want to find my scraps page so that I can add to it. Where is it in this journal? Although it's pretty small, it's a small journal, but I made a lot of spreads, so I would get confused. So an index really helped. The next spread is an idea that came from a TikTok journal account that I follow. Her name is Abby, and then on the back of that sticker outline I just did some quotes, encouragement quotes basically. This next page is a bit of a funny story. So I'll insert a picture somewhere here. So that's how it used to look like when I started. I really hated the way that this page had turned out, so I ripped off all the things that I didn't like about it, put some lines, and called it a day. I like how I started to delve into doodles on the edges. The next page is actually the first TikTok that I uploaded. It was current favorite spread. A really great idea if you want to see how your tastes change throughout time. Like, for example, right in this era I was very much into anime, especially romance anime or shoujo anime, and then I found out a new show, Severance. It's not new, but like I hadn't watched it before. The next idea was a TikTok sound or TikTok audio that I made a video out of. It's a video where you write 10 desires, 10 things you're grateful for, and 10 things you love doing. And then this one was my first time hitting anything above 200 views. I was on my journal account, that is. I was super excited. Then this one is the video that did well, the spread that did well on TikTok. So I wrote a little letter to myself, kind of like an encouragement letter for the days that I don't feel motivated to continue making content. I also did a encouraging quote, and I was so in my doodle phase. My goodness, I liked drawing a lot of details and stars, and yeah, I like doing this when I have time because I like to make it look good. It's just a place where I dump my scraps or things that I'm testing out, or duplicates, like sticker duplicates. Moving on, this is an about me page. You're just writing about yourself, and it's a great way to introduce yourself to your new followers, or for the first time if you're making an account. Okay, now we're getting into kind of the sleeping at last phrase. I'll try to breeze through it because I can speak on and on about it. But Sleeping at Last is my favorite musician. He sung the song Saturn. He also sung the song Turning Page in Twilight Breaking Dawn. That's where I discovered him actually. So I was going to his concert in the days leading up to this, and it was my first ever concert in my life, because I'm visiting the UK and he was coincidentally coming to the UK. So I just had to see him. So before I went to that concert, I thought I'd do an intro on who he is. I made a document and then I pasted his lyrics onto the Canva template, and then I put stars around it because his song is really about stars. And yeah, I really like that about his music. It's very themed. Like, for example, he talks about personality types, then he talks about space, then he talks about the senses, like taste, touch, smell, you know, that type of thing. So yeah, and then I wrote a couple of my favorites here. I wrote about the concert and a playlist. I didn't put any song on the playlist because I love too many of his songs and I couldn't fit them all. And this is my favorite ever spread I've ever made in my entire life, hands down. So it can't fit on the camera, but this is how it turned out. I'll just go page by page. So this one, this is in the concert hall. I printed my ticket out. Funny enough, that's all. The only reason I printed my ticket out is because they said you would not be allowed to enter without it. But when I got there, they just asked me for my phone. So, but on the good side, I got to put my ticket in my journal. So that's great. We'll move on. And yeah, I just wrote a bit on the back flap here. And then I wrote about my experience, how it was, a bit more on the concert. I wish I could relive it, but I get to relive it in a way through these spreads. And I love this idea, this flap idea. I don't know, there's something very fun about it. I forgot who I saw the TikTok hack from, but thank you to her. Okay, so the next page is my June goal spread, and I basically wrote my goals. Planning my month ahead. It was the first day of June, so yeah, I kind of forgot about this page, to be honest. I didn't come back and look at it, but I would say for the most part I did what I could. So this page was just made to match this vibe, but I just got a bunch of cutouts, or I collaged a bunch of patterns and stuff from a book that I got, a random book. I think it was a children's book even. And I really like how it turned out. But this is a currently page, and I saw this idea on Pinterest. As the months change, your currentlies change, so that's what I like about it the most. You get to reflect on who you were at this certain point in month in your life. A collection of my washi tapes. Like, if you think I'm a hoarder, I've been collecting these since 2018. So far I've got 152 washis, and I plan to add more because I feel like I don't have the variety that I know that sounds insane, but I don't have exactly what I'm looking for yet. If the house were burning down and I had to pick my favorite washis, it'd be this one, and this one. To be continued is a real thing because I actually bought 24 more washis that I haven't stuck yet. So moving on. Then this one is just a rant page. I was telling my journal about how it's a bit discouraging when you put a lot of effort and you feel like you're not getting anything back. Then this one, I just was reminiscing on a time in Malaysia. I went to Malaysia for university. I really miss it, and I found this picture and I printed it out and did a spread according to that thing. There is a book that I recently got. I plan to make a video on it soon, and it's a book of patterns, and I was just trying out what the size would look like. So for this next spread, my travel bucket list. On the top of the list is France, Paris, and it's mostly because I just love art. I actually have an art TikTok, and I was making art for the sake of the algorithm rather than because I loved it, so I stopped. So one day I might journal while I'm in those destinations, and I think my life would be complete. I think I would finally be able to say I've accomplished everything I need to accomplish, and that is it. Okay, coming to the almost end, this is the last spread, and it is my daily June junk calendar, however you want to say it. Daily junk June calendar. Daily calendar of junk in June. Okay. And I just basically followed this idea that I saw on Pinterest to stick any piece of junk that you used in your day on the calendar, and I really like how it turned out. It's the first journaling video that I did on this account, and yeah. So, and then I wrote information because I didn't number. I technically finished this journal a long time ago, but it's just this last spread, you know, filling up to day 30 today, that was taking time. Which brings us to the last spread, and I just kind of wanted to sort of mirror the theme in the start. Technically, I finished this journal in under a month. I actually started it on the 14th of May and I finished it on the 12th of June. But because I was batch making content and making multiple pages in the same day, it kind of made it seem like I took a lot longer. And also, obviously, this spread brings us to the end of my journal, and it's been so fun. I actually have already moved into my new journal, and she's right here. Technically, it's a temporary journal while I wait for more of my real notebooks to come in, but I actually really love how this one is coming along. Right, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on this video. If you've made it this far, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of my content. And I also post on TikTok. If you're seeing me from TikTok, hi, thank you for coming over. I hope to make more content that is long form. I'll be making my new content in this journal, so stick around to see that. I hope you have a great day. Bye.